For 75 years, America has unquestionably been the greatest nation in world history. America enjoys a standard of living that is the envy of the world. America's military prowess is unmatched and unparalleled in history. We are a beacon of freedom for all. But I want to make sure everybody understands something. America is not great because we are somehow lucky. America is great because of foundational principles that have made us who we are and because of the ancestors who have sacrificed so much to make America the greatest nation in world history. There are plenty of foundational principles that have contributed to our ability to be successful. We are a republic, which means that we, the American people, control our government and who our elected officials are. We enjoy a Bill of Rights that guarantees our freedoms and protect us from abusive governmental power. We are a nation guided by moral principles that act as a compass that help us do the right thing and avoid the wrong. America enjoys a free enterprise economy that over time has made us the world's greatest economic superpower. And we have been blessed again by the sacrifices of our ancestors, people who worked hard and sacrificed so that we today could enjoy our better future. But today, America is at risk. History reveals that great nations rarely fall from without. Rather, great nations fall first because of weakness from within. I hereby announce my candidacy for the United States Senate because America's status as the greatest nation in world history is at risk. Because Congress is failing the American people by not rising to the challenges that we face, and because I am the only candidate for the Senate who has a proven record of conservative leadership. For emphasis, America's future is at risk because our country's foundational principles are under daily attack. Our republic is only as good as our elections process. America's elections are threatened by those who support voter fraud and election theft by opposing voter identification laws while encouraging non-citizens to vote in American elections. Our Second Amendment right to bear arms is threatened by powerful forces that seek to disarm America, thereby reducing our ability to defend our God-given rights. America's moral principles are threatened by those who would destroy them and who seek to destroy our faith in God, those principles that are the very underpinning of America's Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. America's economy is threatened by the twin evils of socialism and deficits and debt that suppress job creation and increasingly risk a debilitating insolvency and bankruptcy of America, an America that it took our ancestors centuries to build. The solutions to America's challenges are there. The roadblock to these solutions is all too often the United States Senate. In order to preserve America's status as the greatest nation in world history, we must elect senators with the understanding and backbone needed to face and defeat America's challenges. As you know, every election cycle is full of candidates who talk the talk and market themselves as something they are not. What distinguishes me is that I walk the walk. The proof is my record of conservative leadership. As a freshman congressman, the United States Business and Industry Council, representing 2,000 manufacturers and 200,000 American jobs, awarded me their Fighting Freshman of the Year award because of my record was #1 out of 93 freshmen as a, quote, stalwart defender of domestic American industry, technology, innovation, and job creation, end quote. That's proven conservative leadership. During my 6 years in Congress, the Club for Growth has consistently graded my record in the top 20% of all congressmen on, quote, economic policies that strengthen our nation's economy and shrink the size of the federal government, end quote. That's proven conservative leadership. During my 6 years in Congress, the National Taxpayers Union has consistently graded my record at the top of the Alabama congressional delegation, tied with Congressman Bradley Byrne and Gary Palmer on issues concerning, quote, tax relief and reform, lower and less wasteful spending, individual liberty, and free enterprise, end quote. That's proven conservative leadership. During my 6 years in Congress, the American Conservative Union has graded my record in the top 20% of all congressmen, with an overall A grade during the last session of Congress on issues relating to, quote, liberty, personal responsibility, traditional values, and strong national defense, end quote. That's proven conservative leadership. During the last session of Congress, Heritage Action, the political wing of the Heritage Foundation, ranked my record in the top 10 of all 435 congressmen on, quote, principles of free enterprise, limited government, individual freedom, traditional American values, and a strong national defense, end quote. That's proven conservative leadership. During my 6 years in Congress, Numbers USA has graded my record a perfect 100%, an A-plus score in the fight to secure America's borders and protect American wages and jobs from the damage done by illegal aliens. Stated differently, no congressman over the last 6 years has had a better border security record than I have. That's proven conservative leadership. Today, America's challenges are great, perhaps the most challenging in a generation. But you know what? America's challenges have always been great. We have faced and overcome the burning of our capital by the British, a civil war, slavery, and civil rights deprivation, the Great Depression, World War II, the Cold War, and many other challenges. But let me emphasize, there is no challenge America cannot defeat if we learn from our history and the perseverance of our ancestors. The key is that America must remember who we are as a people. We must remember our ancestors who signed the Declaration of Independence and Constitution, who risked their lives in the Revolutionary War, on the beaches of Normandy, at Iwo Jima, in Korea, in Vietnam, and in the Middle East, and in countless other places around the globe. We must remember and defend the foundational principles that have made us the greatest nation in world history. That is exactly what I have done as a legislator, as a district attorney, as a county commissioner, and now as a United States Congressman. And that is exactly what I will do as the next United States Senator from the great state of Alabama. In that vein, I humbly ask the people of Alabama for their prayers, support, and vote. The election is 3 months from today. If you want a United States Senator who has a proven conservative track record, who keeps his word to do what he promises he will do during elections, then I urge you to vote for me, Mo Brooks, on August 15th for the United States Senate. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor and a privilege to be your candidate for the United States Senate of the great state of Alabama. God bless.
Barton. Carson, gotta put that flag down.
Not wave this flag.
Okay? We're going to be up north.